Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, your nightmare is raised, your armies are ready, and you are marching on Pinespur.
Yes.
Before we get anywhere, why don't we just talk about your army size? How many armies do you have? What do they look like?
We are taking nearly everything. There's always zombies in the woods and skeletons in the roses. But in full force, by my count, we're looking at 282.5 soldiers of winter. That's broken down to 122 skeletons, 35 and a half zombies, 39 skeletal warriors with spears, 24 with bows, 31 ghouls, 17 blood knights. We got zombie monsters too.
Okay, so let's do this bit by bit so I can make the appropriate numbers of tokens. You said how many regular skeletons?
122.
122 divided by 8 is 15.25. So I've got 14. Here are 15 skeleton groups. How many zombies did you have?
35.5.
35 divided by 8 is going to be 4.375. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what was the next thing? Skeletal warriors. How many do you have?
39 spearmen.
Okay. Were there... Oh, then you've also got bowmen, right?
Yeah, 24 bowmen.
39 does not... 39 is an awkward number.
Why is that?
Okay, no, there we go. Perfect. I'm just crazy, that's why. This is 7 here, and where are our skeleton warriors? They have 12 HP. Okay, so then it's 12. 44. There we go. And your skeleton warrior, how many bowmen did you have, did you say?
24.
24. All right, that's 3 bows. 2, 3. And we're going to say bow on these guys as we build our battle map. Excellent. And Blood Knights, how many do you have?
17.
So it's going to be 2 full groups of Blood Knights plus 1 extra. Do you want? I can make one of your Blood Knight groups have 9 instead of 8. Would that be appropriate? Or do you want like 1 extra Blood Knight on its own somewhere?
Let's leave 1 at home.
Okay.
So just make the groups of 8. There's one stays with Rosegrove.
Excellent. And ghouls, how many ghouls did you have?
31, but I think I want a separate hunter's squad.
Okay.
So there's how many? There's 4 with the hunters. Plus 1 that's go. Plus the skeletal specialist, right? I think it was 4 ghouls that were raised for the hunters.
Sure.
Or was it 3? It might have only been 3.
I don't remember.
It's a cleaner number to work with.
It was 3, yeah, because there were 4 hunters that came to you, including what's his name, and you killed 3 and 1 got away. So you've got, okay. Yeah. So 31 minus 3 is 28. So that's going to be 3.5 ghoul packs. Oh no, I don't have a ghoul asset ready for this. Oh no.
Last time we had an asset that didn't have a rolling mechanic. So we had a token, but no stats programmed in.
I'm not seeing any ghoul. Okay, I can get us just regular ghoul tokens. I'd like to get a big fancy ghoul looking thingy. I'm just going to use the zombie token, and I'll just relabel it as ghoul. So there'll be a text below it that says ghoul. Okay. And we got one. The ghouls have how much HP?
Only 8, I believe. Or is it D8?
I think it's like D8 plus 5. So that's gonna be 4.5 plus 5 is 9. We'll just call it 10 HP per ghoul for simplicity.
5,
yeah.
Okay.
And they have 8 AC. Okay. 1, 2, 3.5 ghouls. Whoops. 2, 3.5 ghouls. So this will be 4 in number and 40 in HP. They won't have roly boys on them yet. Okay. And what was your skeleton count again? I'm sorry.
122.
122 divided by 8. We'll get
we
a
can,
quarter
we can
unit
throw a
of
few skeletons in the roses if
okay.
there's a more number.
Yeah. We'll leave 2 skeletons in the roses.
Sorry, so 120.
Yeah.
Okay.
120 divides evenly by 8. Perfect. Okay. So here is your army.
Yeah, there's also there's 9 specialists that I think would just be interspersed amongst the regular skeletons to issue orders and things like that to like make them act more tactically in combat.
Okay.
There's also the skeletal mage specialist that I think is riding on the elk, and there's a pig bomb.
Right.
We'll bring the pig bomb.
Yeah,
we can just remember. I mean, I can just remember that these things are there, and I think the hunters squad is nearby, maybe flanking, maybe scouting, probably scouting the rear at this point or something.
Oh, I realize these guys are all inappropriately sized. They need to be quite a little bit bigger. The appropriate size. Oh, that didn't work. Shit. I want to make you bigger. You guys got bigger. I'll just have to do them row by row. You guys are bigger. Good. Okay. And then we'll blow you guys up as well. Blow you guys up as well. What? There we go. And last but not least is this row.
The fact that you're counting undead leads me to believe that Pinespur is not going to surrender gracefully.
No, certainly not. Okay, why don't you start positioning your soldiers, starting with your skeletons, how you want, while I fix the sizing on all of these thingies.
Sure.
Mass combats take a little while to set up appropriately. It's too big. There we go. Okay, I think everyone is appropriately sized now.
Why are you tweaking them?
Because some of them were just a little bit too big. Yeah. Now they're all good. Okay. And we want a pig bomb. I can get us a pig. I have pig tokens.
Pig, and there's I don't know if we care about an elk. I think the rest of the animals will probably just hang out in the woods.
It's pretty big. And an elk.
Sure.
Elk are large creatures.
And maybe we should account for the specialists and the hunters, or do you just think we should remember that they are on the march, but maybe not?
Right. Where are they going? Where are they going?
I think the specialists will be in and amongst the rank and file to make things smoother.
Okay.
So,
will they be taking actual combat actions, like attacking?
I don't think so. I think they'll just be issuing. I mean, I think they'll be wanting to blend in, but so it may be like, so if you were fighting against this army, it may be clear that there are some that are. I don't know, like if it were PCs fighting this, I would think to have them roll like a perception check.
Well, they have a different bioluminescence in their eyes.
Yeah.
So they could theoretically be targeted if people knew what was up. But if the battle occurs during the day, I doubt any soldiers would be able to notice a difference between them from the wall.
But I think they'll just be randomly dispersed amongst the skeleton. Actually, skeletal warriors are probably the best use for that, right?
That way they can focus fire individual targets.
Yeah. So I think we can say each of the skeletal warriors has a specialist that hangs around with them.
Perfect. I'm not going to bother adding the specialists. Yeah. If the warriors die after the battle is over, we'll go through and determine if any specialists died as well. But I think it's too much tracking to do them individually.
Yeah, where are the arrows? Are these all skeletal warriors?
These three on the right side should say bow under them.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, for the viewers, we've got this wall up here. It's actually a palisade wall. I don't have a palisade wall map token. I only have stone walls. So just know that this is wooden and palisade, not a big ass stone thing. And this right here is a gate that opens, and there's no way to cross from one side to the other. So it's just a gate. But there are these palisade turrets on either side. And now let me bring out the enemy. We have 3 companies. Take a look at what their sizes are.
You can give me control of the pig token whenever you.
Oh yes, I shall do that. You should now be able to control the pig. Oops. And the elk.
And the elk has a skeletal mage specialist on its back.
Right. Okay. Now, of course, not all 3 companies are located at the gate at the start of the battle. No one puts all of their units in one place at one time unless they really know that where the enemy is coming from. So, I'm going to give them a perception check to see how far out they noticed you. That'll be like the scouts they had positioned in the woods. If they can tell the army's coming, they'll have rallied more people to the front and have fewer on the sides. Or if they fail badly, or that'll mean that the scouts got killed before they could report, and they'll only have the one company at the front. So we'll give the enemy, I can't quite call them the bad guys, a perception check. Ooh, that's a good check. Let's roll for the perception of the individual rider. That's average. So we get 6, 7, 8, and 17 is a 25 on the perception check. So I think that means there are going to be 2 companies defending this section of the wall, with a 3rd company spread out against other sections of the wall to make sure that there's no other attack coming in from anywhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll double this. There we go. Okay. We will need 2 companies, 2 units of knights. Alright, so we're gonna put... Let's see, you probably can't see over the wall to know exactly where they're positioned, but...
Yeah, so if you want to do Fog of War or something.
Yeah. Let's see, Fog of War enabled, and then I will
my... Or Yeah, it's probably not worth putting light around my troops.
No, that's just too
at the
complicated.
bottom half of the battle.
Yeah. Okay. And you will be able to see... Let me reveal a little bit more of the wall, because you can see whatever's standing on the wall. Like that.
Have you resolved the perception check yet?
I have, yes.
How close out do they see?
They saw you guys coming from far enough away. Oh shit, these are also the wrong size. That they will have 2 companies up. So by the time you get to the wall, they are already on the wall, waiting for you.
And how close did they let it? Like right now, we're the close. I mean,
Oh no, we'll start missile fire at max range, but the map just isn't big enough to deal with that. Yeah.
Can't we scale down to make it big enough or whatever?
Yeah, I can make the map bigger. I can do that.
Either way.
I have that power.
Either way. Because I wasn't planning on opening missile fire, but it sounds like they were. I was planning on getting within shouting distance, which is probably closer than missile fire, I would think. How far can you shout? A couple hundred feet?
A couple hundred feet sounds right. Something like that. And then back over here. 2, 3, 4. And we'll make our knights a little bit bigger. Got you guys in the back. And now let me make the map. What is missile fire maximum range? Bow, short, broadhead, 120 yards. So yards times 3 is 360 feet, divided by 5 is 72 squares. So if I bring this to 80, that should work out. And then we will reveal areas all the way down. Okay, and now I will extend the grass out that far as well.
Okay, so 360 is where they'll start.
Yeah, I guess you should just start at the very bottom of the map.
Yeah,
that's probably the right spot to be. What is going on here? Grass. Perfect. Okay, so Malcifer's army. Get the zoom right on this sucker. There we go. Malcifer's army starts down here. The enemy up here somewhere.
All right, 320. So probably are more like 360, but I guess it takes a move around into it. So this is probably a fine place to start.
Yeah, this is a fine place to start.
What's the day like today? Do you want to get some setting?
Sure. Well, what time would you like to make your attack?
I don't know that Malcifer would have given it much thought. I think he would have marched his army straight from Witch's Reach to here.
Well, roll me a d24 and we'll figure out what hour of the day you arrive.
Fair enough. 1 being midnight. This is like the 3 in the morning, right?
1 would be 1 a.m. 24 would be midnight.
Yeah, 4, yeah. Okay, yeah, so 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Before dawn.
Right before dawn. Maybe there are probably shouts from the wall as they spot these bodies stepping one by one out of the woods, right? Is there a tree line at the edge of the map or something like that?
Yeah, there'll be a tree line a little bit farther away. Because there's fields out here, maybe some huts, but those are a little bit scattered. The main avenue to the front gates is uncluttered. You will hear the horns right around the time you guys are reaching the edge of the woods, but before you actually come into sight, You will hear the horns from within the city, followed by the bells that ring. So you know that the city is alert, and someone has spotted the army coming ahead of time. Okay. And I guess as the army approaches and you hear these horns and everything going off, the gates will open and a single rider will come out waving a white flag.
And what do we have all of these soldiers for?
What do we have them for? The rider will come out to about mid-battlefield.
Indicate where they'll come?
Yes, I will bring a rider token for us to see. There's a horseman. Go. Perfect. There we go. So our horseman will come out to the middle of the battlefield, rear his horse, wave his white flag around, back and forth, and then pause there as if he's waiting for someone to meet him.
Yeah. Malcifer will ride his nightmare up a little closer through his rank and file. Let's see. So they haven't opened fire yet, even though we are just within long range, or at least the front ranks are within long range.
Right.
Back ranks are too. I don't think I'd want to be that, but I guess it's tough to judge missile fire range. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, yeah. And Malcifer will shout out from at least like some cover of his troops, although I guess he's on a horse. So, nah. What is that you're?
That's a nightmare. Yeah. So from your position,
so Malcifer shouts. If you wish for peace, lay down your arms and throw open your gate.
The rider will call back to you, turn back your armies or surrender. Our walls are tall and strong. Our soldiers are loyal and ready. They will fight to the death.
And then they will fight for winter.
All right. You're clearly not going to turn it down and turn back. So the rider rears his horse again, heads back into the town, and they close the gates.
And I think the army of winter, march. And I think we'll probably roll for initiative as they let loose their volleys and skeletons approach the wall.
Yep.
And we enter combat.
Yep.
Actually, maybe if we're lucky on the initiative, we'll make it to the gate before because it's open to let the rider back in, correct?
They did open the gate to let the rider back in, but it's, like open and close the gate real quick. I don't think there's any way that you could get inside the gate before they're closed.
How long does it take to close a gate? Doesn't it take like a round?
I mean, there's just two people on the other side, like opening a gate, and then he goes through and closing the gate. Right?
So you're telling me that this gate is just going to go down to a pig bomb real quick? It's not.
It is a palisade wall.
Not even so much. It's not even a gate so much as a double door.
Yeah, it's a set of double doors. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Initiative. How do we want to do? We just rolling, or we just
1d10 and then one side will go.
Other?
Yeah, we'll just go back and forth.
All right. Should I just roll a d10 or roll an initiative?
Yeah, just roll a d10. That sounds fine.
Or I can if you're using initiative here, I can roll an initiative.
No, I think just a d10.
No modifier.
Is the appropriate way.
Isn't that what initiative is?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They roll a 1. You roll a 3. They will go first.
They roll a 1.
They roll a 1.
Okay.
All right. So the knight, the rider, gets back inside, and immediately the first 4 volleys of arrows come flying in. I think you guys start like marching forward, and that's why you're slightly within range, because it's all happening at the same time. But you're still at 260, which is what range for these guys? Short bow, broadhead.
Better still be long.
I think so.
If this is into medium range, I would have asked for a longer map.
Nope, it is definitely long range still for the first volley.
I think the whole army is within long range.
Yeah. So the first volleys come out. These are -5 to hits. And
are they targeting?
They are going to be targeting... they're just going to target the first rank and file of skeletons. Here. Actually, are they... Yeah. So here we go. The first bow shot is a 4. Wild miss.
Yes.
Second one.
And piercing do half damage to skeletons, correct?
Right.
Yeah. Miss,
so then
miss,
the first
miss,
volley
miss.
all just kind of scatter amongst the
There's
skeletons.
only 4 spear bowmen.
Yeah, maybe chipping off little bits of bone here or there, passing through ribs, and just peppering the entire front of the army with little bits of damage. Little bits of arrows that fall amongst everything. And
so the skeleton can't run, but they can move their movement rate in tens of yards, right, in a round?
Yes.
So they can move 140 yards or 320 feet.
Yeah, they should be able to close to the wall in one round.
Yeah, the zombies are slower, so let's just advance this first rank. They won't actually do anything. I don't think they'll even start climbing the wall. Oh, maybe the front ones still have some movement, and they start like plotting to climb the wall, I guess.
Yeah.
They'll climb the wall next round or something. Zombies can only move 180 feet. More like here.
Yep.
Oh, except the ghouls. Let me figure out which of these are ghouls. Right, ghouls are movement rate 12.
Mm-hmm.
So, like this one.
Yeah, the zombies can come to this horizontal line I've made based on your line.
I'm moving ghouls first, sorry. Ghouls can go
all the way.
12 times 3 is 360. They can go all the way.
Yeah, they can even run, so they could outpace the skeletons if they desire.
Yeah, the ghouls will start climbing the wall. So let's, I'll move them in place and then we'll resolve climbing checks.
Yeah, I think doing all the movement and then doing all the combat is the way that makes the most sense.
So it looks like I accidentally put all the ghouls on one flank, but that seems totally fine.
Yeah.
And the rest of these zombies will advance to here. Something like that. The rest of these are skeletons. The backmost skeletons can even close, can't they?
Probably.
So I think the rest of this army is just going to advance within shorter bow range, to let my warriors unleash volleys. So I want to get those warriors within. What's short range for a bow? It's 60 yards, right? 180 feet. So
for short bows with broadheads, it's 35 yards.
Okay. 35 times 3 is
110. So up to here-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, out to this line. Oops. That line.
Yeah. So and they can move that whole way, right?
Yep, totally.
All right. So this one would swap with this zombie next turn, so I'll move the zombie behind it for now.
Yeah.
Right now they're probably taking cover in this zombie pack. I don't think the bowmen on the other side are going to change targets at this point, but
probably not.
And then warriors can cover them.
And you, well, no, wait until you're done moving things before I ask any more questions.
Sure. Can we, the zombies, they can probably, yeah. They're probably here now. I don't know how much further they can move, but that's fine. Blood Knight, and then this rear guard. Maybe advance a little. I am not. It doesn't look like I'm actually getting any attacks this round, but I will make some climb checks for the ghouls. Is that just gonna be a D20 plus 1/3 of their strength and dex? That.
Yes, and let me tell you the value that you need to roll before you get there, though. Because these are freshly built palisade walls. They are in perfect condition. Where is our climb check for that? Climb versus palisade walls. So they're going to need to roll a 28 to climb a maintained palisade wall.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry, 27. I can't do math. 27. So it'll be slow going. You know, you might get one up every few rounds.
So strength and dex are 15 and a 12. So it's 27. Do I divide that by 3?
By 3.
2 and 9?
Yeah.
2 and 9? Okay. So D20 plus 9, I needed 27.
Yeah.
I'm getting, and it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ghoul packs.
Yeah, so you need to roll like an 18. Is that what I'm...
Yeah, we'll try this round, but we may give up later. No go.
All right, so the ghouls begin to climb at the walls. They dig their nails in. They try and pull themselves up, but the wood is fresh and it's properly built next to each other, and there's not a lot of grit for the ghouls. So they're more or less flailing at the edges of these wooden walls, trying to pull themselves up, while the soldiers and archers above stare down.
Yeah, the rest of the undead horde advances. The archers square up and start notching their arrows for next round. I think their archers get a second volley at a close range.
Yes, they will. Is this have all of your troops finished their movement?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you are keeping yourself. My question for you was, you're going to be using the Blood Knights to guard you, so you can't be focused down. Okay, perfect. Yes, the archers will get their second volley, and they are going to change their target. They are going to try and focus down a single pack of zombies. So all 4 volleys target this zombie pack right here. And now what is the range on them? They are 105 feet away, which is...
That's short range.
Oh, that's right, because you went into short range of them, so they must therefore be in short range of you. So 1, 2, 3, 4... the 5 is going to be a miss, but the rest of them are going to be hits. So 28 plus 34 plus 31 is 93 damage to this. Minus 93, which is 4 zombies. Only 4. Okay.
And
that is the end of their volleys.
And they get another volley because it's their turn again.
Yep. Back to the side of good, maybe. They will continue focusing on that group. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss, hit. 25 plus 29 plus 31 is 85, and they will finish off that pack of zombies with their second volley, or at the start of their second volley. The zombies are good meat shields.
Zombies are... Sorry, they move movement rate 6. You can make your moves and stuff. I was sorry, doing some math out loud.
Yeah. These skeletons and zombie and ghouls up here, can we space them out a little bit so they're not overlapping? Just so that they can like climb next to each other instead of being in the same square?
Yeah, I didn't know how we were using squares here. I mean, the ghouls are trying to climb the wall. The skeletons are just queuing up in front of it.
Okay.
So
is something like this acceptable to you then?
That. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, however you want to position it. I just want to keep the unit groups from overlapping so that everyone's got their own space.
And you said this is like a 20-foot palisade wall?
I think it's did I say 20? Probably should only be like 15.
15-foot palisade wall. I didn't hear what I was asking. But the guys on top can't reach down and attack over. They can. Spear,
and they can ready actions to stab at them as they climb up. Ooh. Yeah. How do we resolve being hit while climbing?
Well, they're not climbing. They fail, so they're at the base of the wall.
But should they climb, they will come into attack range.
And I think if the guy at the top has a ready to attack, they get attack. They get to attack as soon as the creature climbs within range. Oh, maybe treat it like spellcasting or something like that, where if you get successfully hit, then you have to make a save to resist falling, or like a dex check or another climb check.
Yeah, which one of those would you like to do?
Climb.
Another climb check?
Climb check seems fair, or...
That seems fair.
Right?
That seems fair. Yeah. I just didn't want to tell you that you have to pass 2 natural 18 or highers on a d20 in a row to climb up.
I don't think we're going to climb the wall.
Okay. Alrighty then.
I think we're going to march right into the front door.
Everyone holds position, ready to actions to stab at anyone that climbs up near them. The bowmen are getting a little shaky because there are skeletons and ghouls climbing right up next to them, but they hold their positions for now.
I don't think my guys can take enough. Like, they're probably arcing up and over the wall, right? So I don't think I can pick targets. I don't think it's fair for me to like snipe off their bowmen.
I know you could totally target these people, but they'll have half cover. Because of the palisade wall around
cover?
them.
What if I arc up and over, or are they always going to have cover?
That's still going to have half cover, right? Like, if you trying to accommodate for a smaller target size is the equivalent of half cover, whether you arc up and over or shoot straight.
Okay, then I guess we'll target the archers and make some bow shots.
That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's as the archers reveal themselves to take a shot. So 8 is a miss.
Yeah, half cover is actually minus
17
4.
Is a hit.
Yeah, 17 is definitely hit.
Do I only have 3 companies of bowmen? Is that what we're looking like? Yeah,
I think
24.
So. Yep.
Need more archers.
Third section of bowmen.
And a 20.
2 hits for 56 damage. You annihilate a company or a spear of bowmen. You can go ahead and pick one. I shouldn't tell you who you annihilate.
I don't know which ones of them are bow. The bows flat or the bows?
The bows are the flat ones, yeah.
I think this middle one, right? Or the one there's 2 by the door.
Yeah, there's one on either side.
Yeah, one on the right.
All right, they go down. They'll still get their last volley at the end of the round, but they're definitely deadsies.
And then, in that case, the zombies still get to go.
Yep.
So the zombies would have charged the gate, and I'll make a strength check against it, or open doors. Is that...
Oh right, yeah, perfect. Go ahead and make a open doors check.
Yeah, they're 18-90. Is that correct? So open doors is 14. Bend bars, lift gates is 30%.
This is going to be an open doors, but the enemy is like holding it with troops of their own. So I'm going to say maybe like how do you want a gate that's being backed by a person should have a higher should be harder to knock down. Maybe just do it at disadvantage because there's people holding it, or I could see what their open doors check is and
do
counter.
Opposed or something.
Well, just like it decrease your skill by theirs. They only have like 10 strength or 12 strength because they're regular everyday humans.
There's also like the magically held door stat. Let's see what that is like.
That's not until 91 strength.
Oh, you're right.
You have a 14 or higher, 14 or lower on a d20, and they've got a 6 or lower on a d20. So what if we just say you get your check is going to be 8? It's going to be 14 minus 6. Yeah. Because they're countering with their push.
Right.
0. Yeah.
So d20 plus 8.
No.
Barely a fail.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, d20 plus 8 is fine.
Less than 8.
Yeah, D20 less than 8 or D20 plus 8. I think both work fine.
So this zombie horde is shot down, I think, before they even reach the gate. So zombies have movement rate 6, so they can move 180 feet.
Yes.
So this squad of zombies can rush the wall. And can only one target the door at a time?
I think so.
But I think, does it seem fair for this one to walk over the dead of their dead and make an attempt, or do you only want one attempt per round?
Let's just do one attempt per round, because there's only one group smashing at it per round. But you get like you queue your zombies up in a endless horde before the gate.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Go, and Malsifer sends the pig bomb forth. That can move 180 feet, so the pig bomb can get in the mix as well.
So tell me, we keep calling this thing a pig bomb, but I don't remember what's bomby about it.
No, it's got a bunch of stomach sewn into its stomach, so it's like, when it splits open, it leaks acid everywhere.
It has stomach acid in its stomach.
Yeah,
okay,
right. It's extra stomach. Right, a bunch of stomachs were collected from animals, stuff. Its internal organs were removed and replaced with a bunch of stomachs filled with acid and maybe additional caustic substances.
Oh joy!
So it's basically just a zombie monster pig, but I think as it takes damage, it leaches acid. So narratively, it's great for bashing down doors, but. I don't know if it matters that much. I mean, you could come up with some cool mechanic where, like, I don't think it will matter for the concept of this battle, but if a PC were fighting this, like, you'd make, like, damage dealt against it, cause it to bleed 1 HP of acid burns or something like that.
Yeah, like each attack might splash acid around or back out the wearer. That's pretty sweet. I like it.
And maybe on the pig as well.
All right, you want to give your ghouls a climb check?
Yeah, I don't think they're smart enough to not.
Let's just roll 40 20s and 18s and higher climb.
Yeah. No.
Nope.
Close. That's 17.
Sure. Do you want none of your skeletons are trying to climb, right?
They're still scrambling at the front gate. You know what? Let's do it. Let's throw some bodies into the
21 divided by 3 is 7. They're gonna need natural 20s to climb.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that
sure? That looks right.
To you? All right, 7 d20. There's 2 19s, but not quite.
Not quite.
Zombies scramble with the wall. I think the rear guard is going to, well, they can all close within a round, right? So I think they all kind of just stand there and queue up and watch. Another volley goes off. So let's do our end of round shots.
Yep. Did your bowmen? Oh, they did take shots already. Cool.
They did, but they get a second round, and so do theirs.
So did the enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god, they can't hit. Only 2 of them hit these zombie groups for 50 damage to the frontmost zombie group, bringing them down to only 6 zombies.
And I think
Actually, let's just switch those because I feel like any zombies that are dead in the front group will be filled by the back group. So we'll just take zombies off of the back group first with the assumption that they just fill the front ranks. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and I think a 16 will hit an archer behind cover.
No.
Unless they're all armed in chain.
They have leather for 13 AC, and then a...
+2 for partial cover?
+4 for 50% cover.
Seriously?
25% covers too, yeah. Defender's advantage. It's strong.
And that's true that my warriors have +3 to hit. Sounds about right. Yeah.
I think so. Yes, they should have +3 to hit and get 2 attacks.
Okay.
All right. Next round.
But not 3 attacks with bows, correct? Just 2 with bows still.
I think the Blood Knights should. Yeah, no, just 2 attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. They all got adjusted.
Next round, they do go first, so they can fire. I don't think they're going to come down from their wall to attack melee.
I'm going to remove...
Or bother throwing spears. But...
Yeah. So the humans go, and they're going to do a little dance along the wall. So the bowmen are only going to get half their attacks this turn because they want to switch positions with some of the spears so that they are not going to be like attacked the moment people come up. So they'll do a half move to rearrange themselves.
Okay. And take only one shot.
Yeah, and they'll only take one shot, and they'll take one shot. I guess it doesn't matter when they do it, but they'll take one shot in the second half of the round.
Okay. So we'll have zombies try to bash down the door again, and then I think if it doesn't work, the pig... Well, I guess the pig will move in, but I guess that doesn't actually make a difference. So I'll just make my strength check. I need to roll less than an 8. Is that how you wanted to do it? D20
Yep.
less than 8? Or less than or equal to 8, right?
Less than or
9?
equal to, yeah.
No.
Not quite.
I can mouse for throw a dag or shoot an arrow. It's probably not even worth me sending cursed missiles over the top. Yeah.
It's a lot of life just for one
but
measly enemy.
there are bows, so we can still. I think we can still take shots at the archers, right? They're still within short range, correct?
Yep.
So bow. Come on. 18
That'll hit.
hit.
Yeah.
24 damage.
That is one hit for 24.
One miss, and so slow, and a miss.
Okay. So 24 damage is going to be
And then
4
I get
people.
second shots,
Get your second shots in.
and they get their first shots.
Right, and they get their first shots. They will get 3 hits on zombies. It's 26 plus 28 for 87 damage.
Oh, and I need to make climb checks, don't I?
Yes.
Which is probably not in my best interest yet. How many bone? Okay, skeleton, it's a
You get
miss. Trying to figure out how many second attacks went through. God, the macros in Roll20 are so slow that it's like, okay, have I clicked it 3 times yet? Or maybe it's my connection. All right, so those are misses on my second volleys. Did you subtract zombies that you killed?
I did.
Okay. And I'll make a few climb checks. So that's 4 D20s.
Yeah,
for the
that need to be
ghouls.
7. Did we say 18s? 18s, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. And then 7 that need to be 20s.
Yep. Nope.
No.
Still scratching at the walls. Okay, we roll into... Oh, did your zombies try and bash down the door? Yes. No?
I did. That was the first thing I tried, and it failed.
Okay. All right. The humans' turn. The army of the living. They have repositioned, still holding the gates. From your position, you can hear war horns blaring and the occasional voice that rings out over the walls about, reinforce this, target those zombies. Where's the oil? Who's got the oil? But otherwise, the soldiers just got their spears and they're looking down, and let's say they have finally brought their rocks, and 3 of these spears are going to, on each side, are going to drop rocks down onto people below. They're going to have what's the bonus to hit? Probably 0. You're just dropping a rock on a person.
And they're not proficient with rocks. Rocks are improvised weapons.
Yeah.
You get a +1 for high. Normally you wouldn't get high ground with missiles, but if you're over the head, +1 for high ground.
It feels like it should all be a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just have basic attacks.
Make some rock throwing rolls. Yeah.
Yep. So drop some rocks, drop some rocks, drop some rocks. Those are on the skeletons on the left. What is skeleton AC? 13?
think it's 13 for my generic skeletons. Yeah, leather. There are a lot of shields, but those are mostly on at this point. I think it's pretty much just the warriors that have those.
This damage, we'll ignore the damage on the one that hits. Rocks do D4. They're probably getting bigger rocks, maybe D6 rocks. Would you say? How big are rocks do you drop?
This is sounding like some combat shovel bullshit. A rock does D4 damage, I believe, according to rules as written, unless you have like an ultra rock in your.
Well, no, but that's just like a rock that you might throw. But if you're dropping a rock off of a ledge, you're not dropping like salt shaker sized rocks, which is what you throw. You're dropping
if they were prepared for the siege and they drop a cinder block.
Yeah,
I could actually see like a
D6?
D6, or even like a D6 for 10 feet being justified, like equivalent to falling damage.
Sure, but they're dropping from 15 feet, so it's only
They're dropping what? But it's less than the D6s.
D6s? That seems fair.
I'll take it. I'm just curious what rock by the PHB is a D4, but that's for like a thrown rock.
Right.
Which, okay.
Yeah.
All right, D6s? Sure.
D6s, but I do think it is a two-person job, because someone has to bring the rocks up to the wall, and then someone has to drop it over, so...
Or one every 2 rounds, or something like that.
Right, so if they do double damage, but they only have half rate of fire, then I'll just roll 8d6 for damage. Right. Yeah, so it'll just be 8d6 for their damage.
Ultra rocks.
They're regular rocks. They're just really good against skeletons.
Yeah. Splat, 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 splat.
Okay, and then against the ghouls, there are going to be 3 groups dropping rocks as well. These will just do 4d6 if they hit instead of 8d6, and one of them hits, I think?
No, ghouls have shit AC.
Okay, 2 of them hit.
So let me double check that.
4d6 and 4d6. 16 to each.
Ghouls have 8 AC. Yikes. Okay. Back, ghouls, go through the front door. So did they hit?
Yeah, they hit
ghouls
and
don't
kill.
take double damage though.
No, so I did.
You kill 4 ghouls, I think.
2 ghouls have 10 HP.
Yeah, on average, okay, so 2.
Yeah, so 2 go down.
Okay.
2 ghouls go down, a bunch of skeletons go down. The missile fire has already been not done this round.
No. Yeah, the archers can take shots. Yeah.
Archers will take shots at zombies. 1, 2, 3.
One hit.
Man, these are terrible archers. But they will finish off a group of zombies. Just move the group back here. And we'll just say the other group takes their place. And it is the Army of the Dead's turn.
I think the pig takes its place.
Okay.
I don't know. Pig has the same stats as regular zombies, I think.
All right. Mouse first turn.
I guess let's roll that bash check again. Finally, the zombies break through.
So after what?
There's shouts for the ghouls to go through the front door as well.
It's only like 3 minutes of holding down the gate before the 4 minutes before the gate just gets bashed off its hinges, and the whole thing begins to like lean backwards onto the group of people holding the gate. God, what does that look like if the whole gate just topples inward? It's almost like a ramp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think they have to back out, otherwise they're going to get squished by it. So
might get squished. Can I make a roll to hit? Or 2 rolls to hit?
Yeah, make me roll to hit.
No. They get out in time.
All right, they carefully retreat far enough so that the gate doesn't crash on them.
You want to reveal some fog of war? And,
yeah, I do.
Do they block further advance?
They do. The spearmen there hold the ground, although the knights are ready to take their place at this moment. They don't do it yet, though, because the knights weren't going to hold the gate themselves. They've got spearmen to hold the gate, but now that it's breaking through, they're going to put themselves in harm's way.
And only one group can get through the gate at a time?
Yep.
Without provoking OAs or something like that.
Right, because you can only fit actually 2 abreast.
But these guys are just retreating. They were holding the gate, and then they dropped the gate to fall back. I think the zombies should be able to rush past without provoking OAs. Maybe provoking OAs to run through the spearmen to get past them, or to like...
I mean, only 2 zombies can get through the wall at a time, right? It's a 10-foot passageway. So as the gate comes toppling down, the spearmen back out, and the zombies like walk over the gate. I think they can just make their regular attack or whatever.
Well, they can't because they just use their action to bash down the gate.
Yeah.
The ghouls will like run back here to start queuing up.
Okay.
Ghouls. I guess I'll roll a bunch of skeleton climbing attempts. There were 7. No, more 19s, but go. Archer fire.
Go ahead and take your shots. I'll make my shots afterwards.
There's a miss. I don't know how much time this macro saves. Like pre-rolling damage, waiting on all the computational time. I think I may just start.
Yeah, if the macros are slow for you, just
23 points of damage.
Okay, my Roll20 connection is interrupted temporarily.
Mine is too.
Good job, Roll20. Oh, there we go. Now we got it coming through. Okay. Those are skeleton warrior bow shots against existing bowmen. Oh my god. Roll20 is so borked that... There we go. Okay. 23 against the existing bowmen. Oh, brings it down to 1 HP. 1 bowman is left with like 3 arrows sticking out of him. Barely alive. That guy's definitely gonna
second
retreat.
Shots.
Yeah, second shots for the wallmen. 8 from you, 8 from you, and 4 from you. The 4 will pepper one of the groups of zombies for 9. Then this is 23, and this is 23 as well. 5, so that's going to be 2 zombies down. So this has got 6 left in it. Yeah, perfect.
Hold the phone. I'm rolling d6s for bow damage.
Correct.
I thought you gave me range for broadhead.
Yeah, that is broadhead.
Okay. Oh, and then regular's d4 or like a.
Yeah,
okay.
You'll see that their bowmen are also doing d6s.
Okay. All right. So that is another hit for 24 points of damage. Hopefully we can dish that to another group of bowmen and leave one by himself, rather than dumping 24 points of damage into a single bowman.
That's fine. 24 to that is 4 more bowmen go down, and it's not looking great for them.
And I think we're kicking into a next round.
We are. Now, the other thing is that we're getting near the end of our session today.
I don't think we want to leave. Let's not leave it mid-battle. I think let's go
cool.
20, 30 minutes and see if we can crush these Eridonian interlopers.
The knights and the spearmen in the middle of this are going to attempt a swap. So why don't your zombies make an attack against the spearmen as they replace with the knights?
Yeah. Oh, that's not right. There was no attack.
Should have been an attack roll in there.
D20 plus. I actually don't know what my zombies combat modifier is.
4?
Or let's see.
2 plus 2.
That's it. That's just for strength. Yeah.
Plus 2 to hit.
11.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
No. So the skeleton, not the skeletons, the spearmen and the knights switch places, and the knights will make an sword attack against the zombies. Mm-hmm. There are 8 of them. They will hit and begin to shred, killing 2.
Okay.
The bowmen will change targets and start focusing down ghouls. That one bowman will make a morale check. 1, 2, and Wild will fail and immediately fall back and into the city. So we've got 2 groups of bows, one at half strength, one at full strength. The first one will fire at ghouls. The half strength one will fire at ghouls. Both will hit for 44 damage against
Poor ghouls.
Against this half group of ghouls over here, destroying it. And it goes down. The other soldiers, this group will shuffle in, and they will continue to hold their positions. And that is it. Zombie's turn. Mousefer's turn.
So, zombies will attack knights. Can only 6 get in there, or is it a full? Is it a full company?
Yeah, you've got all these zombies. They can just sort of merge together and be a full company. That's fine.
Looks like we got several wounded zombies. I'll just roll. We'll roll damage as 8 if they happen to hit. Basically, they need a 20, don't they?
Knights have 17 AC, so if you have +2, you need a 15 to hit. Yeah.
We'll continue firing at archers on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And one way over there. I don't know how many more archer companies there are, but we'll start. So I'll just roll my d20 +3. That's 22 damage to the leftmost archers. Oh, or not 22. So there's hit, crit, hit. So those are each are going to be nice. 8d6. So there's 25 to one group of archers on the left, and then 28. I think there's one more on the right.
Okay. The 25 finishes off the group on the left. They go down. The 28 does not finish off, but does badly wound. Just on 4. Okay, perfect. Okay. And then the archers on the wall. Did you fire all your shots this round? All your bow shots?
There's the second shots, so no.
Go ahead and do your second shots. Well, they get their second.
1, 2, miss.
And they will hit a pack of ghouls for 38. Oof.
I forgot to do my skeletons climbing attempts.
Nice. Let's do them. Nope.
Another 19, still no 20s. All right, Malsifer will shout. Skeletons fall back, cover the ghouls.
Okay. The knights go. They will stand at the front and hack into the zombies for another 53 damage. Minus 53, and they get their second attack this round as well. I'll just take it now. Whoops, they are not 53. What am I clicking on here? It's not the right commands. They will hack into that group of zombies and finish it off, bringing it down.
Okay.
It's not looking very good, Malsifer. Your army is getting wrecked on the walls of Pinespur.
These aren't. Yeah. It's not even a wall. Palisade.
Palisade wall. Yeah. The last group
of
archers are going to back off the wall, actually. They're going to preserve their forces for later.
Is this wall solid? Is there no flank to obtain?
The wall wraps around Pinespur towards
360 degrees?
No, because there's the lake at the back of Pinespur, so it goes up and back towards the edge of the lake.
So we're talking like hundreds and more than that, thousands of feet of...
They had a couple months to build it, and with everyone working on it, they did it. Yeah.
Yeah. We could totally come from the lake, though.
You could.
Zombies can swim.
Could.
We'll force our way into this choke point.
Okay, it's your turn.
So the skeletons fall back and cover the ghouls.
Okay. So they sort of like wrap around the ghouls to make sure they can't be... to give the ghouls cover.
There will be penalties to hit the ghouls.
Yeah.
I want the ghouls to get in, but there's still, I think, 6 zombies in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess and there's the 7th zombie monster. So
Right.
I'll roll the zombie monster into here as well, and roll a d20 plus. So there's 7 here, including the zombie monster, plus
Right.
2 is not a hit. Finish off the archers with our bowmen. Oh, just forget the macro. All right, d20 plus 3. 1. 15 is not even a hit against an archer, is it?
The archers are off the walls. They backed down behind the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a hit against a regular spearman on the wall.
No. You're gonna need
Okay.
19s to hit the guys on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The-
Second shots
Go for it.
against, yeah, okay. So 3 more volleys. 21.
21 will
And a
hit.
23.
Oh, beautiful. You will hit is it the same group twice or 2 different groups?
Probably the same group twice. It's 52 kill.
It does. It'll bring down a spear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Knights already took their second attack, so I
Yep.
think we move into the next round. Their archers have retreated,
Their archers have fallen off the wall.
so no bows coming in.
Nope. The archers are done for now.
Mm-hmm.
Soldiers will stand on the wall. They no longer are readying attacks against climbers. Nope, they're still going to ready attacks in case the skeletons all of a sudden change direction. For a moment there, I was going to have them do like full hiding behind the wall, but what's the point of being on the wall if you can't see down? You know? Yeah, so fine. So they're going to stand at the wall looking over, hiding behind their shields, but readying spears, so no extra AC coverage. The knights will take their attack against these zombies in front of them and miss, plunging their swords into the already dead flesh of the pile of zombies that are building up before them. They're done. Malcifer's turn.
All right. Zombies attack knights. D20 plus 2. Oops.
Whoops.
A miss.
Nope.
Archers can't get a shot to the knight, so they'll just shoot up to the wall. There's 1, 2, 3 hit. They're 2 hits, right?
Yeah, 2019. Those are both hit. 21 and 19.
26 to accompany. 32. How much does one group have?
48
Is that a way
HP.
overkill?
No, it's
Oh,
not
that's
a way.
fine.
It's just basic. Perfect overkill.
Okay, so bring down another spear. Second shots.
Okay, that was only first volley.
Yep.
1 hit.
D8, D6.
Oof.
26 damage.
Okay. The human's turn. This is the round at which they decide, okay, we're going to just crouch down behind the cover of the palisade, so all their soldiers are crouched and I think untargetable at this point. But also they don't have attacks readied. If anyone climbs,
Is full cover untargetable?
yeah. There's maybe like small gaps between the walls where they can get a tiny
like
field of
up
view,
and-
but
If
up
full
and
cover
over.
were like a bonus of 8 to 8 AC or something rather than untargetable, I would think that you could arc and make an attack at -8. But if full cover is by the book untargetable, then let's
yeah,
just
we
roll
could
with
say 90% cover, which would be a -10 to hit. So you'd need natural 20s, but at that point, I think it's a little.
that. No, save the arrows.
Yeah, save the. Let's just say that they're crouching behind the walls, ready to take on anyone that climbs, but also just like hiding and trying to not get killed by bowmen for no reason. So they're gonna space out just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah,
Not that
90%
much.
cover is a -10 to hit, and 20 full cover would be untargetable. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah. All right, they're gonna space like this. The knights will make 2 attacks this round. First attack is a hit. Second attack is also a hit. For
7 is not a hit. But zombies have 6 AC?
6 AC.
Used to be 8. I feel like 8 is reasonable. 6 is getting crazy here. But go ahead and finish the zombies.
All right. A group of zombies does go down. I guess those zombies will still get an attack on your turn, though.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'd almost rather get the ghouls in there, but let's do it. D20 plus 2. 14, nope. The miss. The pig bomb was in that group, though. And I think they're down.
Sure.
Well, or we can do rollover damage to the pig. I don't know how much. Let's see. A zombie monster has
100. They had 105 left on them, and they took 120 damage. So the pig is still alive.
Okay. Mascot pig.
All right, pig, make your attack.
It did. It missed.
Oh, okay. It missed. The knight's turn.
The knights just went and killed my zombies.
And then your zombies just went, right?
Okay.
And missed, and now it's the knight's turn again?
And yeah, I guess these are the only combatants at this point.
Okay, so the knights will attack the pig. Large zombie still has 6 AC. They will rip the pig to shreds. Goodbye, pig bomb. But
and
they will get
saving throw
splashed
to
with
resist
acid
damage.
Yeah, let's give them a 1d20. Saving throw of a 5 is a miss.
What do you think is fair? A couple of d4s? Or...
Yeah, roll me 2d4 for acid splashing.
And maybe this would be per each knight within range, so would there be some multiplier on that? Like if it were one character, it'd do 4 damage, but it probably does 4 damage to
2
several knights.
Yeah. So roll me another 2d4, and we'll just say that's how much damage the whole group takes.
Okay, 9
so
damage.
They'll take 9. Okay. It is the knight's turn, and seeing as the gate is temporarily cleared, they're going to switch out with another group of knights, just so that these ones can rest while the other ones keep fighting.
Yeah.
2 spears. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They don't get to ready actions though, do they? They can't do like a switcheroo and get double attacks.
No,
right?
no.
Yeah. Okay.
That's lame.
Okay. So my ghouls can come charging through the gate and attack these fresh knights.
Yep.
Ghouls strike at plus 3 to hit.
Okay. Nat 20's gotta come in here. Nope.
Oh, natural 1. They slip on the knight's swords.
Okay. And the rest of the ghouls are forming up. If only you could get past this group of knights. The whole city would be yours. The knights are here. This is a fresh group. They will make their sword attacks against the ghouls. A 6 is not going to do it, though.
Ghouls have 8, right?
Yep, ghouls have 8.
Yeah, okay.
That's actually the reason why zombies went down to 6, is because I needed ghouls to have less than 10, but more than the zombies, so they all got shuffled.
Ghouls miss. And is anyone else attacking, or are we just trading blows?
I think it's just the battle at the gate here, because the wall isn't... No one's climbing up the wall, and no one's shooting down from the wall. So at this point, it's just...
Yeah, my archers are holding fire until something comes within. They probably have actions ready to shoot anyone that pokes the head over the wall.
That makes sense. Okay.
Malcifer is like pacing on his horse, debating, like circling around and flanking from the water or something like that, getting frustrated, but whatever. The knights can make another attack then.
They will make their attack, yeah.
Yeah, this round they get 2.
Yep.
Oh, a crit. So that I think just...
crits are just regular hits. We're not doing critical damage, but yeah. A hit and a hit for and 95.
So they take down the group of ghouls.
Take down the group of ghouls.
Another round, the knights get to go against another group of ghouls.
Pinespur's winning. This is mindless slaughter. There's a whole bunch of bodies stacked in this entryway now. It might be getting even hard to fight over the pile of bodies. I don't know if we should be giving penalties. I guess the penalties are going to be kind of a wash, but at some point there'll be too many bodies in this entryway, and it'll effectively be a barricade. The knights will attack for a hit.
Oh god.
Almost killing an entire group of ghouls in one blow, but your ghouls get to retaliate at full strength first.
16s don't hit. Nice,
17 is what you needed. One off.
Yep.
This will go down to 3 HP, and on the knight's next turn, they will slash and remove the rest of the ghouls from play. There's only a half group of ghouls remaining.
Retaliate.
They do. The one ghoul gets to make an attack.
Oh, there's only one. I think it would. Okay. One ghoul.
Yeah, the others can fold in if you want to have all 4 hit. But that means the damage would be done to both groups, yeah.
Let's Mousefur make a bold charge at these knights themselves. I think we're going to do a flank here. So let's, okay, so the ghouls miss. One last group of ghouls comes in. And Mousefur takes this army, and we go off the edge of the map. We come around to everything except for the skeletons at the gate. So we're gonna flank Pinespur and come in from the water, I think, while this battle wraps up.
Okay. Let's just go to the next round then. The knights will attack this pack of ghouls with a hit and a kill on what remains, and the 3 ghouls there can counter.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, so close.
Oh god.
So very close. Okay, and what about the skeletons? What are they doing? They were told to protect the ghouls, but the ghouls are gone now. So are they just going to stand there?
I think they're going to attack, but I don't know how that's going to be accomplished. The gateway is more or less plugged, right? So their only option is to climb the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened. I think they climb the wall and sacrifice themselves as a distraction while the main army circles around and enters the city from the water. Or maybe they maybe they can spot this and mobilize in time, maybe not. But yeah.
Okay. Well, they'll definitely see the army on the move. Let's see. So the whole army begins to walk around the walls of Pinespur. Now, some of these details about how you maneuver around the walls are going to be important. If you maintain your 100-foot distance,
fall back to long range, and then move off the edge of the map.
So will you be within the forest of the Blumwood?
Fuck you. Outside of long range, none of that. We're not doing that again.
Okay.
Yeah. So we go 361 feet away from the wall or whatever.
Do you fall back to within the cover of the trees, or do you stay outside of the cover of the trees?
That's more or less the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But if you're in the tree cover, they're going to have a hard time seeing where you're going, is what I'm trying to get at.
So we retreat to the trees and head east. How wide are how long are Pinespur's walls? Did you calculate how many feet of palisade they would have to lay down, or is this just a...
I did not calculate it, but I did look at some historical examples of people putting up walls very quickly. There's a particular battle of Caesar in Gaul where he walls in a city on a hill and then builds a second wall outside of his wall. So he's walled himself in against the city on the hill. And he managed to do that in just a couple of weeks. Did a double wall that was I think the inner one was 12 miles and the outer one was 25 miles.
Jesus, this is with legions though. So we're talking thousands of men.
He had a couple thousand men.
Yeah.
Pinespur has more civilians. Yeah. So I figured they could probably do it in the couple months that they had here. It seemed reasonable. I didn't want to do too much math. So you move around the eastern edge of Pinespur towards the lake. The palisade wall will run all the way around Pinespur and just run into the water until the palisade wall itself dips below the level.
Yeah, I mean, presumably my undead can just trudge through the water.
Some of them can.
Or we can climb the wall at the edge of it. There has to be some boundary with the water.
Yeah.
So I think maybe some checks would be appropriate to see if they if they spot the army retreating, which direction they spot us going. Yeah.
Now it's
and
important to
resolve
note
what happens to these 7 skeleton groups, I guess.
Right. It is important to note that your skeletons can't really wade through water. It's noted in your document. Skeletons are weak to bludgeoning damage and are destroyed by being submerged in water, crossing a river, falling into a lake. It's been there the entire time.
Really? Wait,
Yeah.
so what happened? They melt in water?
It's not so much as they melt, just like they're kind of floaty, and so they float in the water and they just get pulled apart. They're negative life energy creatures, and water's generally a positive life energy source. It's not quite magical, but they don't
Water's
work well in
inorganic,
water.
but we can see in this world
Yeah.
water having some spiritual energy.
Yeah.
So zombies could go in water though, huh?
Totally.
I did that
Zombies
fight
don't give a
backwards
shit.
in that case. Because I'm out of zombies. I got one elk.
But you can come around to the side and see how it goes.
But there's no weak point in the wall in any place, or like a gap near the water. I guess it's submerged on the edge.
Yep. It would be silly to have a weak point in the wall. It's definitely not designed with a weak point. That doesn't mean there isn't an area where the construction is worse, but it's not apparent.
Where there's no soldiers and we can climb for a few minutes.
Right. So you will notice that most of the walls are thinly manned at this point. Most of the forces were concentrated at the front.
Hold on. How many bodies are piled up in the front? Is that enough that the skeletons can just walk on top of the pile of zombie corpses to the top of the wall? How many zombies did I throw at that? I've lost all of my zombies. We started with 35.5 plus, let's see, plus pig bomb, plus how many ghouls? Plus 31 ghouls. So there's 66 corpses, 67 corpses, plus the living. Did any living go down there? Not many.
No,
Living are on the wall.
Yeah, so they're all.
How high is a bottle of 60? How high is a pile of 60 corpses?
Well, they're not going to be just. They're going to be sort of like in a mound, right? But that mound is going to be pretty significant. I'm not sure how to calculate the height of it.
How many more bodies do I need to stack up before they can just walk over the gate of the wall?
You've got access to a whole classroom of people. Can you stack your whole class on top of each other?
I'm not going to imagine students as zombies and climb atop them to.
Who wants extra credit? We need a big dog pile here. Let's get 60 people.
I'm just thinking like the height of a person is maybe a foot lying down.
Maybe a person's about 8 inches thick, a foot thick. I don't know.
A pyramid is going to be roughly. It's going to go down. Let's see.
A pyramid is what, half the area of a less than half an area of a cube? Half the area?
I don't know.
Pyramid is length times width times height divided by 3.
You're trying to figure out volume of a volume. I'm thinking more like the angle, like how many would be stacked in the bottom layer versus the second layer.
I see.
Right, if it's something like we'd need to get, if it's, you said it's 15 feet tall.
The walls are 15 feet, yeah.
15 feet, so we need to get about 15 layers deep.
4, 6 plus 6 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. I don't know. I'm not sure how to calculate the height of the bodies in the middle.
Sorry, my internet cut out for a second there.
It's okay. I didn't come up to any conclusions. Only that there's a lot of bodies.
I feel like 60 is not quite enough, but it's a sizable pile of bodies. I don't know what the number is. But the skeleton, the base layer of skeletons can form a pyramid, and we can climb on top of those, right? Skeletons can climb on skeletons.
Possibly.
Like how do you want to? What would I guess this all depends on how you want to rule it mechanically, because I'm not gonna like throw more bodies at an unwinnable DC check.
Right.
But, like how would you resolve climbing over other skeletons? So climbing the palisade wall is clearly impossible. You're waiting for a crit.
Yeah.
If I make if I have skeletons stand on top of each other and make like a ramp of skeletons.
That seems very necromancery thing to do. I assume that if you get your skeletons properly aligned, you could create ladders out of them, or you could just use your bone object spell to create actual ladders of bones that your skeletons can use to scale the walls.
Let me read that really quick. Bone.
But that would require like a retreat and building some siege weapons.
It's skeleton object.
Skeletal object, is that what it's called? Or bone object?
Yeah, skeleton object. It's a level 3 ability that we've never used because it was invented later. Same idea as creating skeletons. The only limit, let's see, vessel, spiritual point. It takes years, so I could just retreat. I could even reform the skeletons I have into a wall.
Yes, into ladders or into a ramp or whatever you want. You can make it out of bone.
I think that's what we're gonna do. I think Malcifer will be. I mean, the lore is he's casting the skeletal object spell to convert some of these skeletons into.
Okay.
But how big would a ramp be?
Well, first, before we get too much farther, you've taken your army and moved around the side to see what's up there. So let's figure out what happens to rounds.
Yeah. So I was already queuing up the 70-20s.
So the first round, climbing. They don't go anywhere. Give me 3 rounds of climbing before something.
Are attacks being made against them in this time?
No, not yet. Not until they get. Okay, so after 3 rounds, 3 minutes, one of the groups of knights is going to come out and try and like clean the section of wall of skeletons. After you guys have been after the big army has disappeared, the first group of knights is just going to sally out to about here-ish and try and clean some stuff up. So they'll run out and make 8 attacks against a group of skeletons, which is going to hit and destroy one, but both these groups of skeletons can make counterattacks.
Get to return fire, yeah.
Yeah, and in fact, one of them will even have maybe flanking or back attack. Probably just flanking, because the knights are careful.
Oh, an 18 is a hit. So that's 8d6s, 25 points of damage.
Ripping into my knights. I think you killed
I think around this
knight.
time, Malcifer is going to return from the
Well, it takes
wood.
more than 3 minutes to wrap around to the edge of the city.
Well, I don't wrap around to the edge of the city. I go far enough away that it takes me to realize that skeletons are ineffective in water and turn right back around.
Okay.
So we retreat and rally. It was like a feint retreat, right? So I don't know how many minutes you want to say Malcifer moves before he realizes what we realized out of character, or what I realized out of character.
2 minutes out, 2 minutes back.
I think it would only be a few, fall back to the tree 1 round, 2 minutes out, 2 minutes back. Yeah, you just do lap a couple 100 feet down the wall and back in the cover of woods. Yeah. 4 minutes. So the skeleton. Okay. Yeah.
So then the knights will get another round of attacks, which they'll make against these skeletons, which will hit and kill. Their second attack is going to be wasted. Go ahead and return fire with your skeletons.
Missing.
Miss. Okay.
But I think by then this draws notice of the other skeletons that will turn and attack if the knights don't flee.
They don't flee. They're here to clean the walls of skeletons. So more moving in. They all turn. Okay, cool. Then the knights will.
The skeletons that were scratching at the wall smell life, right? And the skeletons turn and just run at these knights. Can they all attack, or is it only?
Yeah, I think the skeletons are busy hacking apart. I'm sorry, the knights are busy hacking apart skeletons. As they finish one group, they turn to look around, and all of a sudden they're being swarmed. So why don't you have all 5 make attacks?
Yeah, this first one is the partial group. It's a miss. Do any of them get flank? I don't know.
One will get flanking.
Last one is
God.
a blinking crit. That's
3 hits.
All right, so that is going to be a total of 18 d6s.
Oh my god.
68 points of damage, one of which was a crit, but I don't think we're going to
No, we don't do crits, yeah.
resolve that.
So
Okay.
you badly hack into the knights. They will spend their turn withdrawing and backing through the gate, being quite badly damaged. Thank you very much.
And I think they probably cleared the zombies out of the gate so that they could get out, right?
Yeah.
So the skeletons enter after them.
Okay, and they had a separate, if you can see this HP bar, there's a separate group of knights that was holding their thing. So the wounded ones fall and like move through the ranks while the other hold the gate.
Did they have an action readied, or did they, how does that work?
Who's they in this situation?
The skeletons.
No, it's just the skeleton's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so one group of skeletons can come and attack the knights here.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, this would be the next round, actually, right? Because they just made an attack against the previous group of knights.
And then the knights on their turn withdraw,
Okay.
so it's Malcifer's turn, and the skeletons move and attack the knights. Yeah.
And with a lucky 18,
Holy crap.
they deal 30 points of damage to that group of knights.
That group of knights is down to 7.
And this is round 4.
Yep.
So I think, did the soldiers ever stand up off the wall? Have they stood up to like look at this battlefield to like survey the scene?
Yeah.
Or are they still taking cover?
You will see a couple of them have stood up, and a couple of them have not,
And
or they've
probably like, Look, they're
disappeared.
retreating. Look, they're retreating. And then, much to their chagrin, this is 5 minutes later, they start to see another army, same army back from more, re-emerging from the tree line
Right.
and re-engaging.
Okay. So the skeletons
knights-
just attacked.
okay,
It's the
so-
knight's turn. Yeah.
The knights go, and then the skeletons go, and then Malcifer's army advances from the trees again.
7 skeletons will miss their attacks.
Ooh la la.
Malcifer's turn.
All right, skeletons miss. But then the rest of my skeletons emerge from the trees and move to within like short bow range at this point, or by the end of the round.
Yep. And there are fewer spearmen on the walls, but there are still spearmen on the walls looking up when the army runs out. Are there bow shots coming in at short range?
I don't think they get them this. I think there's a round to advance, and the next
Right.
round they just take double volleys.
The spearmen will drop to cover again once the bowmen come into short range. The knights will make their 2 attacks this round. 8 is a miss.
Miss.
And 10 is a miss.
Skellies, this hero group of Skellies takes them down.
Oh, shit!
27 damage to the knights.
27, they are down to 5 knights here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. The knight's turn. There's a group of 5 and there's a group of 7. I don't think they can like merge in the same way that the skeletons can. They'll need like time out of combat to reform. So this group of 5 is just going to stay here and hold this. They'll make an attack. 36 damage. There we go. Bringing it down to 2 skeletons left in that group. But the skeletons can attack at full power on this round. Go, skeletons, go.
Oh, skeletons doing their d20 plus 2.
Oof.
Oh, almost.
So
Not
close.
quite.
Okay, and you're down to 2 skeletons in this group now.
Yeah.
This is a group of dead.
All right, Malcifer's command squad now approaches the wall. Archers are going to take fire, so that the poor suckers that pop back up.
Oh no, they pop back down. Remember?
Okay, they go back to full cover.
Yeah, they went back to full cover as soon as they saw the bowmen returning.
All right, so Malcifer's squad moves forward, and he starts trying to work his magic. He gathers around there's the specialist with this warrior group. There's also the skeletal mage, and he commands them to gather the bones of the fallen and assemble a ramp. And so, like the mage, so it's not the whole squad. the mage and the specialists are going to go forward and rally the skeletons that are queued up near the gate to just start piling a ramp of bones, and Malsifer will bind them together with magic.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. They just like pull back the skeletons are dying. They're just like passing back their bones. Maybe some of them will get woven into the spell as well. And they just kind of need to assemble it, gather the raw materials, and in another, hopefully in a couple of rounds, Malsifer will start binding it together with magic.
Yeah.
Skeletons missed. Archers don't have anything to shoot at, but they have arrows notched and ready.
Okay. So, where's our level 3? No, level 2. Where's our bone? Oh, it's a construction. That's why I can't find it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's called, let's see. Skeleton object. Are we going to call it large or huge to make a bone ladder?
Well, let's talk about the type of ladder. If you're building like your regular ladder big enough for one skeleton to climb up at a time, that seems like a normal sized object. But if you want a ladder, if you want a ladder big enough
a large object, it'll be like a
ramp,
like basically a lattice of bones that tilts against the wall.
Perfect. Okay. So we'll call that a large object, and it'll probably take you a while. It'll take some time to construct, right?
I think so. So I think the people inside the wall will see the skeletons start assembling the bones of their fallen comrades, and like holding them up as Malsifer begins. I mean, he's probably can this act at some distance? So he's like sitting back some tens of feet.
No, you're gonna have to touch. You're gonna have to touch the place where the bones join. So they can maybe like lay it out on the ground, and you can walk up and like bind bones at different spots.
Yeah. So I think what's gonna happen. Yeah, so I guess Malsifer is probably going to have to advance like all the way to here. Oops. And the skeletons in front will be bringing bones while Malsifer works his magic to link them together.
Okay. So how long do you think it would take you to build a lattice of bones? Probably a couple minutes?
Yeah, I mean, what do you want the casting time of the spell to be? Regular skeleton raising takes like an hour. What level is this thing?
Well, I feel like this ability, it's simply like you touch two bones that are touching, and instantly or maybe with like 2 seconds, they bind together. And so that's
like almost a 1-round action.
Well, depending on how big of a thing you want to make, right? So like if you had someone lay out for you a lattice of wood and you just went around with a hammer and a nail and you just like hammered the lattice together, how long would it take you to make like a 15-foot long lattice? Maybe if all of it's already laid out, just a few, 3 minutes, 4 minutes?
Okay.
That seems fair.
Especially with a bunch of skeletal helpers.
Yeah. Because you have the helpers to lay it out for you, and you can just go from place to place quickly, like bind. So let's say 4 minutes. Is that fair?
Okay.
So give me 4 more rounds of combat before your lattice is created.
Sure.
Let's see. Who attacked last? The skeletons did, so it's the knight's turn. They will make their attacks at 5 units. 14 will hit for 28 damage, ripping the rest of these skeletons.
Will hit a regular skeleton, yeah.
But there's 2 skeletons here. They can make their last attacks at the end of that round.
It is a hit. It's only 2 though, right? So 2d6 for 12 points of damage.
All right, we still have 5 knights. Okay. The knight's turn comes along. The fresh group of skeletons here. You'll see the other knights are getting in position behind them to... Oh no, that other group is also only actually has 4. Okay, no, that's fine. Why is this not changing? Okay, there we go. They're not gonna replace they'll leave the group of 5 there. And the group of 5 will attack. 21 will hit, dealing a buttload of damage. Go ahead and return fire with your skeletons. Oh, actually, the knights get 2 attacks this round. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. D20 plus 2. Oh, no. Oh. Skeletons hit, though.
They hit. That's all 8, though, I believe, because they get their full complement.
Damage.
The knights are down to 3. The second group is getting ready to take their place. Oh shit, you might make it through. For a moment there, I thought Pinespur was going to push you back, and you were going to have to fall back and reconvene and maybe rebuild a new army.
I was just fed up with the losses, and I was looking for an easier way into the city. But then you washed away those plans, so we're back. Oh
no, they should never have sallied out.
So these skeletons like collect bones and pass them back, and the people inside the wall are probably like, what is going on? Why are what are they doing with those bones? What is he doing with those bones? Does anyone dare to look over the wall and see and take an arrow to the face?
No, no one's gonna stand up to full height. There's maybe like tiny little cracks that they can get not a full view of. Like there's something happening over there. He's touching things. Why are they collecting bones?
They're clearing the bones.
What's going on? Why are they doing this? Sort of thing.
Yeah, I think we roll into a round 3.
Yep.
Knights can make an attack against fresh skeletons.
Yeah, there are 7 knights total remaining. I'm trying to figure out if they would merge into one group of knights or stick into 2. I think this is a desperate situation, so they're going to merge. I'm just going to bring them together into one group. So 60... And that will be... yeah. Oh, that doesn't work because they've got less than full HP in both groups. Oh, that's messy. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna do you at... Perfect. Okay, and we're just gonna get rid of that other group of knights behind.
Oh, you deleted them from initiative order, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll put this guy as the initiative order folks then. So this one group of 7 will hold here. Or they, if your skeletons are there, they'll maybe push forward a little bit to attack. All 7 of them will strike. 19 for less than optimal damage. Oh my god, that's a lot of 1s in that roll.
Ow.
Can you see that? No, the chat can't see it, but it's a lot of 1s.
Skeletons strike back.
Oh my god. These fucking lucky rolls all of a sudden.
32.
You drop 2 knights, they're back down to 5. Next round, the knights will get 2 attacks. First attack will finish off the skeletons. Second attack does nothing.
They can probably make it at skeletons that are like stepping in to collect bones or to fill the place, or
okay. Right? Then they will make it to second group of attacks. Then we're 46, finishing off.
If you want to maybe clean up the 2 partial groups and leave me with one last full group of skellies.
There we go. So these 2 are gone. Yeah.
And then we'll click into a next round. I think the bone lattice is finished at this point.
Yes.
And taking shape and getting carried. I think some of these regular skellies will have like advanced to like take hold of the bone ladder. And we'll advance it forward. Knights can make an attack first, though.
Okay. Knights will strike. 5 of them. 33 damage against the sacrificial skeletons. Okay. Where does the bone lattice go?
16 will miss, so the skeletons don't return fire. These skeletons probably get trapped. So the bone lattice just gets takes shape. I guess we etch it together and like raise it, right? And the skeletons, I think, are like holding bones from Malspur. It goes around, and then and it gets lifted up, and they advance with it, and it goes something like this, just like right over this. So there's like a pile of bodies and pile of skeletons and a bunch of skeletons trapped in the doorway, and then this bone lattice just lays over the top, providing a nice ramp.
And who goes up the ramp?
I think the squad of Blood Knights will be the first group up the ramp.
Okay. Now are they going to the left side or the right side? Because the lattice is going kind of across the doorway, which has the doors already knocked down on it. So
okay, that's right.
So they could go, I guess they could go up and split to half on each side, or all on one or all on the other, however you want to do it.
We can go all over this way.
Okay. Perfect. The soldiers up here were ducking down behind the walls, so they do not get ready attacks when the Blood Knights come up, but the Blood Knights can make attacks at them as they begin to scale the wall and hack at the soldiers there. Go ahead and give me rolls to hit. Oh, that's definitely a hit.
56 points of damage.
They descend upon the spearmen and shred them entirely. They die horribly.
Can we get a view
Yes.
up and over the wall? Or do you not want to? Do you want to save that until
Mousifer can't see it. Yeah, so we'll just leave it like this.
Could waste a soul. And I need to use 8 souls to make that bone lattice.
Yes.
Ooh, getting low. There better be some. To 57 max age.
57? You're getting young, or old, or something. You're gonna die young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knights can go, and soldiers on top of the wall can attack Blood Knights if they dare.
Right. There are 5 archers remaining, and they're going to take shots at your Blood Knights, who have cover now because they're behind a wall. The 5 archers will shoot and miss.
Doesn't look like a 20 to me.
Nope. This group of spearmen will move up to here and stab at the Blood Knights. Actually, they're not going to stab at the Blood Knights. You will see that they are ready for skeletons. They have heard the tales of how spears are not super effective, and now that these knights are on the walls, they are using clubs. So they'll be doing D4 with their club, doubled against skeletons for 2D4.
Okay.
Which I think is the...
Still got a hit?
Yeah, they still got a hit. 15!
Not against Blood Knights.
Okay.
These guys... Whoa.
That's no good for them.
These guys have chain and shields. These are literally their fallen knights raised back against them.
Yep. All right. These soldiers are useless here. Another group climbs the wall and gets ready to back them up. Another group backs up over here. The knights will attack the skeletons and finish off the skeletons who can retaliate, but they're going to be dead. The archers have already gone.
That's only like a couple skeletons, isn't it?
It was 15 HP, so is that 2 skeletons?
It is a crit.
Yeah.
That is a crit.
2 skeletons. Oh,
10 points of damage.
Bringing us down to 4 knights in the doorway. Okay. At this point... Oh no, your Blood Knights also go.
Those warriors that have stood to fight the Blood Knights get ready arrow shots taken at them. Or at least 3 volleys of ready arrow shots go off.
Yeah, go ahead and take shots.
D20s, so 3 D20s. There's a miss. There's a miss. There's a 15, which probably misses with cover, even if there's a flank or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Next round, make your Blood Knights attacks. They haven't gone this round yet.
Yeah. No. Sorry. Using macros here because I don't know my Blood Knight stats.
It's fine. 10 is not going to be good enough. At this point in time, you hear a series of horn blows. It's 3 short bursts of a horn blow, followed by 3 long bursts of a horn blow. Yeah, different than the other sounds that have been going off. And it will take probably, how long will it take? Maybe 3 or 4 rounds? Yeah, something like that. Okay.
Wait, hold. Skeleton greater should be dealing okay, you've already got the D10 plus 2 in damage. You can only get 1 attack. Okay. Cool. The horn blows.
Yeah, some horn blows go off in the background. The knight's turn. These knights are going to.
I only got 1 attack. So this group of warriors is going to come up the ramp.
Okay. There we go.
And more reinforcements are going to come and rally around Malcifer. I think my blood knights are like guarding me more or less. I don't know if they're in front of me, behind me, something like that. Skeletons assemble. Archers are ready. Archers will take shots, actually.
Yeah. I am going to reveal just a little bit more of the wall.
There's 1 hit, 2 hits against guys standing on the wall.
With your bowman? Your bowman already fired this round.
Those were ready to tax last round when they stood up, or ready to tax this round when they stood up.
I see. Okay.
And maybe these are, if you want to make this volley 2 at the end of the round, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just do 2 attacks this round. That seems fair.
Okay. Is this volley, this is your second volley right now?
Yeah, so I jumped it down a bit.
Okay. Oh, so this will be the volley for next round, is what you're saying?
No, this is the volley for this round.
Okay, I'm just a little.
I just went before my warriors.
That's fine. That's fine then. All right, so you hit 1 group of people for 30. Oof. Okay.
And miss. These guys are advancing up the ramp. I would say the spearman. I'll give them that spearman, but whoever's on the wall maybe gets a bonus high ground or something while they're trying to fight their way up this ramp, up the wall, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Human's turn, living turn?
Yeah, next round.
We're going to start with... Oh, the archers back here didn't make their second volley. They hit the Blood Knights. For
half damage.
7. Yeah.
7.
Okay. These guys... the Knights are going to push forward and hack at the lattice of bone that is laid over the front of everything. Oh my god, they roll a natural 1. They get caught in the bones and the zombies, and maybe there's still like some zombies in the pile that aren't quite dead that reach out and grab at their legs, and so the knights actually have to spend the whole round like hacking through bodies and arms and like pulling corpses far enough away from the wall to actually make it up to the lattice. So they don't get to destroy it, but you can see their intent is clear.
How many knights are there in there?
4 knights. This group on the side is going to attack with their cudgels. There's only 3 of them left. 13's not going to do it. This group over here is going to cudgel down on these people.
Take a +1 to hit.
Sure.
For the high ground.
Oh, yeah. Crit. 39 damage.
Zombie heads. You're in 2 times 8 d4, so that already is for.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay. So they 39 damage to the warriors, who will retaliate.
Go ahead and give me your warrior retaliation.
Miss, critical miss. Maybe they go tumbling down the lattice, down the ladder. Blood Knights will attack. Well, it was not quite enough.
Not quite. The soldiers stand firm.
Oops, D20. I don't know if you want to keep that first one.
We'll keep the first one because it's within the range. Yeah. The other 2, the 20 will hit. The 16, They've got the palisade wall that gives them 50% cover.
+4 on top of 15 now.
Right,
Or
so it should be 19 AC and then
19.
-1 for... Oh, yeah, no, that's right. Okay, I'm dumb. Yeah, those are both hits.
19 should be the number, right?
It is. I'm just an idiot.
27 will probably finish this first group. I don't know if there's another behind them taking 21.
There's a group here that'll take 21. All right.
Blood Knights will advance, and then I think like maybe a group of skeletons can get up the wall on this side.
Yep.
And I don't know if there are more exposed for a second volley of arrows, or if
these guys are exposed for volley, and these guys are exposed for volley. The people that aren't exposed, I'm going to move off the map.
Okay.
Or I'll leave them just like this so you can see the very bottom edge of them so you can tell.
Miss. I think 17's a miss, right? So a hail of arrows to no avail.
Okay.
We go into another round.
The knights go. They will move forward and try and hack at the lattice with all 4 of them.
13. What are we? Are there stats given for these things?
There are. Nope, it has no HP or AC. So I think regular skeleton AC is 10. So I think they hit the lattice of bones and do 29 damage to it.
Do you want to assign it an HP or roll a roll a save versus crushing blow for it or something?
Yeah, let's do a save versus crushing blow. Let's start with that.
Or save versus there's no regular blow, right? It's just crushing blow. Yeah.
Right. That's going to be a 16 or higher on a D20.
That's really rough.
Yeah, that's from the DM screen that I'm pulling that information.
Okay. Natural 20.
So
they
maybe the
natural one to bring it down, and yeah.
The knights hack into it, breaking part of it,
and doesn't actually. Yeah.
They maybe do like a little bit of damage to the middle, but the sides are strong, and the middle section is still fairly strong, and the knights are looking at this thing and be like, what the fuck is this lattice of bones? What is happening to our people? Are these our former citizens? Oh my god.
This is the cage you will die in.
Okay. These guys on the sides will attack, all 5 of them, and they'll actually hold their attacks. They're too afraid. The guys knocking down the warrior skeletons will make their attacks. 16 will hit the warriors.
Not unless. Did you not include? Okay, if you want to go high ground, I think they're.
I didn't include high ground, but don't your warriors have 15 AC?
They have shields.
Oh,
no, you're right. They have 15. No, they have 15.
Okay.
They have leather and shields. Yeah.
Leather and shields. Woo! So hack into them for 35, or bludgeon into them, like cracking them over the heads and pushing them back off the walls. These guys are gonna actively hold this section of wall now. And a group of spearmen are going to scale up to here and try and knock back this group.
Do they have a staircase on the inside or something?
They do, yeah.
Just at these towers or everywhere?
Every so often there are staircases on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah. So these guys come up and they will bash. 13 is the number to hit. They're attacking the regular skeletons.
Okay.
Yeah. For 34. Bringing them down to 2 skellies.
All right. My turn. The skellies will return fire.
I'm sorry, 3 skellies here, yeah. They can return fire at full strength.
They miss. Blood Knights, I think we'll just finish off the group in front of them.
No. Not this time.
This group over here, I think they're down to 5, aren't they? Oh, the warriors. Oh, we can just say they're out of combat. They fell. We do have a bunch of archers, though. 3 volleys of archers, d20 plus 2. Against the wounded guys, it's a miss. 17 is still too low, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They have 4. They have 19. Okay, so that'll hit.
That'll do it. Which side is that against?
I think we'll 27. We can say they finish off the ones in front of the Blood Knights.
That's exactly. They were missing HP. They go down.
Really? Nice.
Yep, they had 27 exactly. Oh boy. The Blood Knights have cleared the walls. Oh, the archers have cleared the walls. Any other?
They're
their bowmen make a fire shot. They will 17 will not hit the Blood Knights because of the. Oh no, the back of the palisade wall doesn't have. The back, of course, isn't armored because you have to climb up it to walk, right? So they should be able to shoot from. The inside of the wall doesn't have parapets on it. Only the outside of the wall has parapets. So that will.
So they do 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. The Blood Knights are still at full strength.
And they heal at 10 HP, or is it 10 HP an hour? Something
10
like
HP
that?
an hour, yeah.
Okay, but not in combat, or worry about out of combat. Okay.
Basically,
So
once you're
might
out of combat, they'll return to full HP if they survive.
Okay.
Because they have 20 HP, yeah. Next round?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's go to next round.
All right. Let's see. This is the horn was blown last round, right?
I don't like the sound of that.
2 rounds ago. 2 rounds ago. Another group of soldiers climbs the wall. You can see that there's still 2 other groups back here, crouched down below, and there are 3 groups on the other side, crouched down below. There are still some soldiers back here. The bowmen will. I'm just gonna make both their shots right now because I keep forgetting them. They both miss the Blood Knights, or they miss all their volleys on the Blood Knights. This group closes and tries to hit. 14's not going to do it. This group is trying to push off the skeletons above. 13 will do it. So they'll destroy them and then move to hold the top with reinforcements coming behind them. I'm going to bring your skeletons to the top layer though. These guys over here will attack down. Natural 20. Woo! Bringing down a group of skeletal warriors.
Whoops, sorry.
Alright, so the skeletal warriors are Gonzis as well, but they can retaliate. There are
3 of them?
3? They have 22 HP. That is 2 skeleton warriors.
I think let's just. I didn't even have them. I think they.
Oh, you think they fell off the wall?
They fell off. We can have this group of skeletons.
Sure. Okay.
They in their place.
Fell off the wall and took bludgeoning damage. And
they rolled a crit. And, a critical fail. Or,
For sure.
All right. Undead.
Undead.
The Blood Knights sort of turn to clear their rear. Oh. Where did my macros go? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Here's another group of Blood Knights. That's fine. Missing 3 remaining skeletons.
Ooh.
Missing this group of skeletons. Missing.
Oh, my knights forgot to go.
They can. Are they able to attack the lattice again?
Yeah, that's all that they were going to do was attack lattice.
And I think I have to make a save. Is that how you do it?
Only if they
Archers
hit.
Miss.
They hit. Yeah, go ahead and make a save again.
And it's got to clear a 15, right? Or greater than 15.
16 or higher.
Fails. So they break through. Does this come crashing down on them?
I feel like they're breaking the middle of it, but a proper lattice. I think the sides are maybe still intact. Maybe like a climb check, a climb check at +10 because you kind of got.
I'm wondering what
broken
happens to
wall.
them. Like, did they bring a bunch of skeletons crashing down on their heads? Like, how did they attack this ramp without being underneath it?
Well, because the skeletons are moving up on the left and right side of the lattice, and the knights are in the dead center, right? Because the lattice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're coming.
With melee range. You have to walk underneath it and hack up at it.
Right. Yeah. So they'll hack up at it.
So climb checks for the skeletons and saving throw for the knights to get out of the way.
Yeah. I'm not sure what a failure indicates, but they'll roll a saving throw.
Like bones fall on their head, or they get stuck, or skeletons fall on their head. I don't know. All right, so I'm doing climb checks for the skeletons.
Yeah. But just give me dex checks for the skeletons to see if they can like clamp, if they can hold on to the ledge of the thingy there.
Yeah, skeletal dex.
I think it's
8. Miss and miss. So the skeletons go tumbling down.
That's 15-foot walls, but they're kind of part way. I don't think they take any falling damage because they're not all of them are up, and some of them fall, but they'll probably fall on top of each other or maybe cling and then slip. So they just come to the ground. But that one group of Blood Knights is up there, and that might be all it takes to reach the compound.
Yeah, Mousefleur orders these skeletons to clear a path while the Blood Knights attack. That was the end of their round, right? The Knights is the last thing you forgot.
You've already.
I was making.
Yeah.
I retaliated. I
You've
get a
had your
second
full
volley.
round. Give me your second volley. Yeah. Oh my god.
Probably calculated beforehand how many rounds of arrows we all had available, but
10
I
rounds.
limited my archers to 24 to account for limited supplies of weapons. I think mechanically it'd just be best to have all archers, but can't have infinite arrows. 36 points of damage to one of these groups atop the wall.
You tell me which one.
I don't know. This one.
That one? Okay.
Yeah.
12, which is 2 soldiers left there. Okay. Is that everything for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You might get a return volley.
I did both my volleys last round, at the beginning of the round.
Oh yeah,
because I keep forgetting.
Right. So then you get another round.
Okay.
This battle is crawling on.
Let's start with the easy thing. Guys on the left.
Your morale check and your retreat. Oh, okay.
Well, no, there are reinforcements arriving. That third company that's been guarding the other sections of the wall, they are arriving soon. That's what the horn blasts were all about. That was calling all reinforcements. So this group right here is going to attack the Blood Knights. There's 8 of them. Not good enough. Let's see. The lattice is down, so this group is going to go back into cover.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to go back into cover. The group of 2 is going to go back into cover, while the group of 8 is going to come from the backside of the Blood Knights and attack. Which will hit.
That'll hit.
39.
I think that fells a knight.
1 knight, maybe. How much HP do Blood Knights have? 20. He's got
Might fell 2.
105 instead of 160. Yeah, it should be down to 2 Blood Knights there. Or down by 2 Blood Knights. And the archers will get their 2 volleys. Neither of which hit. The knights at the front are scared. They're so scared. They're gonna come back to within the gates, and they're going to just like wall off with shields. Parry, I believe, is the technical term.
And just take their AC.
Yeah, so they'll just
like
give
take a bonus to their AC.
bonuses to AC for now. Maybe next round they'll do something different, but this round they're going to do that. And that is the end of the knight's turn. After your turn is when the reinforcements will arrive, but they're not here yet.
All right, Blood Knights striking at full force. Tick tock tick. 48 points of damage to this group here.
Well, that destroys the entire group.
Let's have archers take shots at the ones on the other side of the Blood Knight. Hit. 22. Miss. Hit. For 25.
That
Are the
group
Blood
is going
Knights
to go
clear?
down too.
So I think the Blood Knights probably start going down this ramp.
On the inside?
on the inside, although I can't quite see what's over there.
No, but you can tell them to just... What is your order? Because, remember, they're fairly stupid creatures.
Malsper is actually... I think the Blood Knights are just chasing the scent of blood, so I think they're just clearing the walls, and they're going to climb over the wall and kill what's on the other side there. Malsper is ordering these skeletons here to clear a path so that his Blood Knights or someone can go in the front gate.
Okay. All right. Let's just clear some room.
There's nothing for archers to take a second volley at, correct?
That's correct. You have cleared the walls.
Mm-hmm. And there's not obvious reinforcements charging at me from the tree line or something like that?
I am so glad you asked that question. Because at the end of this round, they'll go at the very last, and that will be their move action. There are going to be one lance of mounted knights coming in from the side, followed by fresh reinforcements behind the wall, which you can see like crossing this gap back here, where you can see through the gate a little bit. You'll see like some spears marching and kind of crossing back and forth. So let me get the appropriate numbers.
So did they like climb the wall some thousands of feet out of here or something like that? Or were they already poised outside of the city?
I think I can tell you later. Yeah, we'll save it for later.
All right, the Mouser will see them. He will shout, Lancers there! And the archers would turn and take their second volley at the Lancers that are coming within range this round.
Okay.
You can show me where they're coming.
Our spear of mounted knights with Lancers. They are coming from the west.
And how close will they be this round?
Let's see. This round is when the guys on the inside have a faster routes. They're faster on horses. They will curve around. I think they're going to be at 100 yards at the start of the round. So 300 feet.
Okay.
So I guess they're just off the map somewhere.
All right. So that'll probably be long range for two of these spears. So probably unlikely to hit, but we can hope for a 20. And are they going to just roll in at a 1, or they separate initiative?
They're just going to be on the same round as everyone else. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and make your... those were your shots?
Yeah, they miss. So we can go into the next round. I'd like to wrap this up soon.
Well, I know. We're an hour over already. This might keep taking a while. There's a lot more units to go. This might be the appropriate place to pause when the reinforcements arrive, but the Blood Knights are on the wall, the gates are bashed down, the knights inside are barely holding. I hate pausing in the middle of combat, but this seems like the most appropriate place to pause.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I get everyone? 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm missing a group of spearmen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Okay. All right. I have accounted for all the reinforcements. We're going to end our combat here after a very long battle. And when we come back, probably next week, we will...
I might be back in the Stone Age, and we'll see.
Whenever it is we come back next, we will pick up where we left off. It is the knight's turn. And I'm going to just make a quick note over here that these are mounted knights.
Oh, I have 3 skeletal horses somewhere in here.
Nice.
I don't know who's on them. Forgot about those guys.
Okay. Human's turn. Oops. Term. This is exactly how we used to do it back in the olden days. Finish in the middle of a map, just scroll notes on the map, roll up the map, toss it away, so when you unroll it, the notes are there. Except we didn't use a stupid purple color. Let's use regular colors, thank you. All right, that is it for today's Dicing with Death. I hope you all enjoyed it. There are a lot of dead. This is not looking... I don't know who is worse off at this point in time. They still have their best units, so... Or you still have your best units, so maybe you're in a better position. But your army is certainly a shadow of its former self. Anything to say before we bounce out?
I don't think so. Thank you for watching, for sharing in this destruction. Thanks to all the artists who have been doing the fan art and our cool little maps. Except for this one. Where's our palisade wall? Just kidding. Don't. As soon as you draw it, they'll fail a morale check and they'll go fleeing, and we won't even need the map.
Also, the artwork for the town and the estate is by, as we mentioned earlier, Tom. His Twitter is Thomas G. Newman, and he's got more art and maps and stuff over there. There's also an artwork thread in the Disco if you guys want to check out other people who do art. And Matthew Berger does an art stream on Mondays, and who might be doing one on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays or something as well, or Tuesdays. I don't know. We'll see. So that's all I got. Gnomes, Tomes, and Catacombs is tonight. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Fingers crossed. Bye-bye.